I'm John Masad in the building. Welcome to the show.
There he is.
It is the $3 billion darling in the space.
This is the first AI thing that has been a mind-blowing moment for me.
Replit.com. Go make some apps, people.
Can you walk me through the story of this week, especially the last 24 hours? Feeling like uncertain. You know, the concern is on the AI side because since you guys last been here, they literally rewrote the agent. They changed the entire architecture, the whole thing. We're all very pumped because we saw the future, and that's awesome. Like, I think we have something super special, but going out in a broken state is a real concern. Yeah, but that's what happens. You go and travel, you come back, they rewrote the thing. It's a little nerve-wracking, but I have faith in the team.
There are two ways to market. One is... Guys, what the fuck did we ship with the non-Frankenstein flag? I thought that the Nerf thing was there. The test was running there. No one runs fucking main.
This sucks. If you make me work 14 hours a day and then make me write a 501 lines long, I will just quit.
Well, we can't keep going back and forth. Like, we're 19 days. There are no good names. We just need to. We're launching it next week. How are we launching it next week?
Replit Agent is an AI product that lets anyone create full-blown apps with just plain English.
Yeah, on September 10, we're gonna be launching our new version of the agent. We're gonna be calling Agent 3. We're gonna be launching a version of the agent, I believe, that will allow even more people to be actually successful on our product. Our agent, when we launched V1 in September 2024, brought us immediately to the level of tens of thousands of people, and now we're roughly in the 100,000 space. I think this is gonna help us to do the leap to have millions of non-technical people. I think it will give us this new leap, and I'm very excited about it, as you can imagine.
So we're shooting the video for the launch of Agent 3. It's the first time we're doing this at this scale. Usually it's an iPhone camera and me in front of the laptop, but we think it's a huge moment for our company, and so we're doing it the right way.
How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling pretty good. The main thing on my mind, whether we're gonna be able to get the product ready 21 days from today, makes it even more high stakes that we need to get all the features that I'm gonna talk about ready, but the team's grinding.
Speeding, interview take 1, A/B comment mark, stop 6.
Agent 1 could work for 2 minutes. Agent 2 was able to work for 20 minutes, and Agent 3 can work for almost 200 minutes. That allows people to build more ambitious projects. The agent is able to correct itself. So in the same way that we would want to work with more autonomous people, people who can take a high-level set of instructions and be able to go work on it for a day or 2 or 3, and then come back to you with a finished product that you can give feedback on. That is our vision for Agent. It really needs to function like a true intelligent, smart, compassionate, empathetic teammate, and is able to manifest your ideas into software.
Cut. I think we got a wrap.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
What do you think of the outfit?
Cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go eat.
How was it today?
I mean, I feel pretty good about it. It's hard to tell how good it's gonna be. Everyone was saying it's great.
It was good energy. Like everyone said, this was amazing.
Okay.
I heard you also saying the numbers, like
Yeah.
200
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah,
Thanks.
so it sounded good to say Agent 1 is 2 minutes, which is true.
220.
220,
200.
200.
Okay.
Are we gonna be able to run for 200? I believe in
He
you.
can run for 200, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
It means to be seen if he does the right thing. But
We'll make it happen. There's
Yeah.
like
we
21
already
days.
did more than 1 hour.
You did. We did more than
Yeah,
1 hour.
yeah,
Okay.
more than 1 hour was good. It's
Is
a lot
that-
of testing.
Yeah. And you know, I have a friend in the military, and he tells me that every time they're gonna go into some engagement or some hard week, whatever, they feed everyone steak and lobster.
There you go.
And so this is our steak and lobster. So the idea from this week, let everyone have fun and relax a little bit. And next week, it's go
all you.
time. It's go time, and I think we're gonna get a lot done. And yeah, I'm confident we'll be able to launch
We'll
something
get there.
amazing.
We'll
Yeah.
get there.
I'll throw a curveball tool. Maybe I'll get on a call with a reporter, announce another feature, and then.
So we get more done. I gotta buy more Red Bull for everyone. I think when a company runs well, in a sense, it runs itself. When everyone knows exactly what they're doing and they're self-motivated and they're excited about creating the product that we're gonna be launching in not even 2 weeks, then my job, in a sense, becomes easier. I don't have to, first of all, motivate people. You go around the floor and you realize that everyone is working, even though they're not receiving pretty much like any strict management. Every time we debate about how we should be doing something, I think all of us, we are much more of an expert than we were 3 months ago and 6 months ago and a year ago. And I can sense that literally during the meetings, like how much we're improving, how fast we're moving.
I'm the on-call this week. We shipped something yesterday midnight to make agent better. And obviously there are some issues, but we've quickly fixed it, but we don't know what actually happens. So I have to monitor the dashboard the entire time I'm playing poker on this nice yacht and figuring out what's going on. And we're debating what's actually going on. We still don't know.
We have 15 engineers. Well, sorry, 5 engineers who have 5 different opinions, none of which align or agree in any way. We've identified some issues that might be the issue, but it's hard to tell without actually fixing them.
There are 12 theory we have, and 2 of them we tried. Actually, it works. Things are back, but we still.
Those theories were change that code backwards and then redeploy it, and that worked.
Yeah.
So
as an uncle, I'm very happy I can play poker, but we need to figure it out.
we'll focus on safer changes tonight, and then we'll work on the riskier stuff tomorrow.
Is this the most beautiful place you guys have coded in?
No, unfortunately, the office is really great, so...
Yeah, we love the Force City office. It's definitely not forced by Michele asking us to say that. Yeah.
I didn't force it.
Feeling rushed. Everything's happening so quickly. Michele is a little anxious about 2 things. About how long the agent can run. It felt like we've done enough tests, but we talked about running for 200 minutes. That's our goal. We knew it was a tough goal, but I guess the team always feels a little anxious before the launch, and I think that anxiety will heighten, especially next week when you're going to join us in the office. And then the other thing is the second product, which is the agents making agents, what we're calling agent generation. That one has a lot more open questions, and I was a little worried about how worried he was about that product, as he was talking about, maybe it's going to be. Maybe, we're going to announce it, but maybe we're not going to open it up, or it's going to be in beta, whatever. I would really like it to just be ready and for people to use it. It's a big moment for us, and we're lining up all the videos and the launch in this documentary, and also all the press that I'm going to be working on today. If next week, if those questions we're worried about, whether it is the runtime of the agent, can it stay coherent for 200 minutes, or whether we're going to be able to ship agent generation, by Tuesday, Wednesday at the latest next week. I think if we haven't figured it out, we're going to be in real trouble.
It's the agent generation.
Okay, so with agent generation, this is what Sophia is working on. So basically, it's the agent stack.
Yes.
The former agent stack, yeah.
So what is left for the?
That's what I want to figure out.
Yeah, it's like general agent is general, and then agent generation is for non-technical users to
I
create.
understand the
Okay,
capability
I
of the
think
feature.
we're getting delayed a little bit. Let's stay on topic. We need to figure out the unknown unknowns.
Yeah.
Let's try to do it tonight. Let's get the teams out.
I already called the war room tonight,
Okay.
so there will be like 5 people from the team at least.
Okay, and then we need to also figure out what's left.
So we moved to the new architecture 100% today. All the new sessions are there. It's late Thursday. I wouldn't YOLO that on a Friday. We're gonna be on a flight on Saturday. It seems a bit irresponsible. We should do it early sprint week in Foster City.
And then tonight we'll just focus on agent generation. But we have the designs and everything locked down for general agent.
General agent, the expert mode. No.
So we're launching it next week. How are we launching it
next week we should have it ready by next week. We literally started riffing on the older designs 2 days ago.
Why?
Why? Because that's when this week started, like Monday. Tuesday we started, Wednesday, today's Thursday.
Is this gonna pull away resources from Agent 3 to design expert?
I don't know how busy are the designers now. How many things they're juggling at the same
No, I mean
time.
front end. We'll talk to her about the
Expert
plan.
mode?
Yeah, general agent.
General agent,
Yeah,
is that what it's called?
yep,
Locked in.
locked in.
General agent and agent generation.
That's
It's the agent generation, you know? It's generation agent.
I'm getting really stressed out. Okay.
Well, we can't keep going back and forth. Like,
We're not testing enough the agent generation feature.
well, let's do a bug bash.
Yeah,
Yeah?
that works.
Should we tell everyone?
Yeah, go. Shout it out loud.
All right, everyone. Tonight we're doing a bug bash. So we're gonna be testing agent generation. That might be the first time you're hearing the name because we just changed it yesterday. But it's previously called Agent Stack. And we're all gonna be testing it tonight. So think of ideas to build, agents to build. And we'll do it in the main ballroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise we don't fit.
All right. So after dinner, we'll go over there and we'll start testing.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right. Problem solved.
Yes. Let's get it done.
$100 by 2 nights. So sometimes I describe Replit as a shelter for people that have been in bigger companies. They couldn't find a way to have as much impact as they wanted, or they couldn't always work on the things that they loved. And then they found out Replit, where it's a hacker culture. We are very much driven by demos and shipping velocity. So it feels it's like a safe haven for people that really love the craft. Of course, I think now that we have even more clarity on the product that we're building, of course, we attract engineers and researchers that are passionate about creating coding agents. But even without that factor into the equation, I think the fact that everyone knows how much we love literally building, it kind of attracts, people of the same kind. And it's making my life easier when it comes to hiring, as you can imagine. Like, there is some level of self-selection. One reason why our demo culture is so strong at Replit is because if you assign a team of people to work on a project too early, most of the times there are 1 or 2 individuals that do a lot of work, and the rest are trying to figure out, how am I going to be helpful here? Like, what am I supposed to do? And doing demos early is much better, because the moment the core work has been done, then it's easy to find the additional individuals that can help in that project. So that's why we don't have a lot of structure internally. We don't do pods, we don't do business units. We just have teams that are very good at something, and then kind of like in an autonomous way, people find their own way to help wherever they're needed. And it's pretty cool. Like, I know that's one of the reasons why people love to work here, because throughout the year, you always work on stuff that you really enjoy to work on. All right, we made it to the end of the demo session. If I look around, I see all of us being a bit more suntan and very, very exhausted. So I think it's time to wrap this up. We take 1 day or 2 days, we recharge, because this was a crazy marathon. And next week is gonna be even more intense. We're all gonna be in Foster City. It's gonna be from Monday morning until Friday night, and then people fly off. Folks, we are 19 days away from launch. I would say compared to last year, we have way more things that are actually working, that are closer to what we need to launch. What changed compared to 2024 is that our users expect us to launch things that are far more polished than what we did for Agent V1. So if anything, there is more work to be done this time because the expectations are much higher. Everything that we presented during the first block today, the Agent 3 demos, all of the stuff has to land and it has to be ready by September 10. So let's make this happen. I'm John. Want to come up on stage?
We're hoping by next week to be able to potentially have a toggle on the homepage that lets you say just like run autonomously for as long as you can, and like here's a big PRD, and we'd be able to run up to 200 minutes. Someone have said that on a video that might be coming out September 10th. So
I don't feel any pressure.
No pressure.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that is more important than all of this is that it's going to be really transformational for our product and for our users. And if we do the right work, next week we push the right way, I think this is going to be a really epic launch. I think it's going to be one of the biggest things we've ever done. And it's going to be huge for the entire AI ecosystem. I think we're just going to teach everyone what's possible with coding agents again. We did it before, we'll do it again. And so, super exciting. All right, thank you, everyone.
I love the fact that we plan sprint week. There is a completely different energy when you're locked in the office and everyone is here. We canceled all the meetings. We left only like the bare minimum that we needed to make the company, run. But the fact that I can literally stand up and go to ask anyone what they're doing, what's not working, I can unblock them. It gives me like superpowers. But right before launch, having that span of time where I can do that makes a world of difference. We don't have a mic, but I'm gonna just shout out. So welcome back to Foster City, folks. We are 16 days from launch, and starting from today, we're gonna be running 2 stand-ups a day.
Everyone is firing on all cylinders now, and the design is starting to look good, so it's coming together. The big unknown right now is whether the agent can run for 200 minutes, which is our target. It's important for us to know that we can run for as long as it needs in order to build a full-blown application. We want you to be able to put a prompt into Replit. You craft a full description of an application. You put it in. After you leave it for 45 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, they'll send you a notification and say, I finished the app. Sort of very similar to how you would delegate a task to a person. That's what we're going for, because that's our vision for Replit Agent. Ultimately, it should feel like a coworker that you can depend on. And your coworker should not be interrupting you every 2 minutes, but even 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You give a task to someone, they go away for hours or a day or two, they do the work, and then they ask you for feedback. And that's what we're trying to emulate, how people work together.
How often do you guys debate?
I can't recall a single day when we didn't have debates.
Okay, all right. So let's say we roll it out and we write it to the disk, and writing to the disk doesn't work for whatever reason. Also, by the way, we don't actually have a definition for what works and doesn't work actually written down at all. Like the issue is that we can vibe test whether the matching works at all very, very easily, right?
Yeah, so stage one.
So stage one tells us absolutely nothing, right? And look, we're not in the business of doing not risky things.
No. So
We're
I'm
gonna
not saying
be working
okay.
fucking 80 hours this
So
week.
we should do this, but stage one could just be removing the external classifier and let the agent be responsible for maintaining that blueprint state, and we can still have the view for now.
All right, okay. What do you think the actual outcome of any experiment we do, if that's all you're changing, is? It'll be extra latency for the user because we do, as I say, to Sonnet Hub, and it will be a bunch of extra feedback about shit that the user doesn't actually care about. They go, this sucks, and they churn off at like 0.1%.
It's the same thing. As you said, stage one doesn't make any difference. It just tells you that the infrastructure you built is not full.
Yeah, but I can tell by testing it for 5 minutes whether that works or not.
Stage one itself is tricky in my head because based on the experience we had with Replit docs, it was very hard to.
What can go wrong?
It won't search.
We invalidated the cache within system problems.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
It's money.
It's fine. It is not a bit. It's a very, very small deal. It's a couple of cents.
No, we invalidated the
What are you
call.
putting the system?
We invalidated the call early in the prompt.
Yeah, but it's the exact same thing we already do.
But it's not a few cents.
It is a few cents.
So you know that we cannot have a reminder
It's
for
a
the
few cents.
second.
In a longer trajectory, it's not a few cents. It's
Okay.
like 20 plus cents.
20 cents is a few cents.
So the reason why you don't
It
want to
was
do
a
that?
checkpoint literally 2 months ago, 20 cents. It's not a little money.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just going to go back to what I was previously doing, and then I'll see you all in 24 hours when I've built it, and everyone's going to be happy.
But we don't even know where it's coming from. I'm agreeing with you. Yeah. For once, I'm agreeing with
It's
you.
only useful doing experiments that actually shape your future behavior. Otherwise, just
Wait, okay.
one must abandon oneself to fate or whatever the fuck the quote is.
If this is not even an experiment, isn't this the best feature ever? Like we just nail a set of
Every
goals?
feature I work on is
Okay.
the best feature ever.
Sure. Yeah.
Actually,
We're
there's
gonna
some,
find you more work to do.
there's
Okay,
some-
come on.
there's
I'm
some-
asking you 4 hours in between. I'm
there's
asking you.
some, there's some
4
advisory
hours.
stuff that I need to get unlocked.
When is this gonna be done? Like tomorrow afternoon, let's say. You ship it. We
depends
have
on when I
dinner.
sleep, but yeah.
Wednesday.
Depends on when I sleep.
Okay, you don't sleep because I'm gonna get you Red Bull.
The answer was still Wednesday.
We launch it. 4 hours. Send him a notebook. If it doesn't look cursed, then we do the second step. It's a fair deal.
If you make me work 14 hours a day and then make me write a line, a PR that's
It's not me. It's not me.
501 lines long, I will just quit.
And zero responsibility on that.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. President. Hope you guys had a good time. Actually, I'm gonna take a break.
So the reason why the culture in the team is, what you noticed while we were working around the floor is because I invited each one of them since the first day they joined to question my takes. And the moment that they feel comfortable doing that, then the culture kind of emerges spontaneously. I learned this not while running companies, but rather being a researcher. As a researcher, you are subjected to feedback pretty much 24/7. Like your performance is not based on how much hard and well you work, but it's also based on what your peer think of the work that you're doing. And I always thought that bringing this formula into a company, especially in a team like the AI team here at Replit, which is very much research-oriented, would have made a difference. The fact that they know that they can tell me whatever comes to their mind, and sometimes I shut them down, sometimes they shut me down, I think that's what made us so strong. There is also another component. We went through a lot, especially during the first launch we did last year, and that kind of creates a bond that lasts forever.
Did you hear that?
Fucking
Yeah,
works. It works.
What works?
Well, not that one, but
It seems like 0 second.
add Notion, search for the integration, look at the integration, decide that it wants to run the integration.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
So it's an ad integration tool.
Yeah.
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 Do you think you guys have bonded so much after all these battles together?
I think it's trauma bonding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, forced to be bonded. Yeah. That's the only way to make things happen. The debate helps. You have different opinions, especially from people who have strong opinions, which unfortunately we have too many here.
I mean, the other thing that works is that there's high trust. There was enough trust that I could be left alone to see if this approach could be made to work. And then if it didn't, then, I would just say, well, that sucks. And we would explore another approach. AI engineering is a weird mixture of research and actual engineering. A lot of the times you're not entirely sure if what you're going to do is going to work or not. which is a lot of engineering sometimes, but considerably more so with this. Yeah. Actually, you know what I've been cranking? No Broke Boys? It is like, I don't know, complete brain rot trash. But it is just like, you put it on. Excellent.
Agent 3 is an umbrella of a lot of different initiatives. Like you attend these stand-ups that I run, twice a day. The way in which we basically come up with the product vision and then we implement it is we have our North Star. We know what we want to accomplish, and then we break that down into subtasks. We understand which team or which individual is going to be working on something, and then we rebuild from the ground up. That's why getting close to a launch gives me even more anxiety, because I know that the individual things are going to be there in place, but then the remaining question is, when are we going to be able to connect all the dots at the right time? Is it going to be a day before the launch, 1 hour before the launch? I say that because it happened to us in the past. Like everything was in place, but you still have time. You still need time to put all the ingredients of the recipe together. And again, that's what makes this even more challenging and thrilling.
I help the design team to deliver on all the product work, and we also test all our designs, and I try to make sure that we are all aligned on what are we going to see on the product. So the question is, how do we collaborate with engineers in general and other functions in Replit when they are product or AI? It's challenging. We take their input, we always think about it, and we test it. It depends on how much the person has conviction on the thing. In product and in design, sometimes you know, sometimes you don't know, and it's part of our job to make it work.
For myself, I do sort of a split of product research as well as like interface and UX design. I would say like 99% of my work is just empathizing with users. Really, all design is distilling these concepts into like something that makes sense and something that's relatable to our end users. People specifically come to us because it's approachable and anyone can get started. And we have such a wide range of users who are technical and non-technical and things like that. And so, yeah, I'd say it's like pretty unique to Replit. What both designers often complain about and what also people often think designers complain about is like the aesthetics and like, how the UI looks and the polish, which I think definitely matters. I really appreciate being part of like the more systematic conversations around like, how does this actually work in a system and like how does the agent behave? And in that regard, it's always really collaborative and there's a lot of like give and take. Particularly for myself, because I talk to so many users, there's a lot of me kind of like being this like arbiter of our users and just making sure that they're heard. It's a good process, especially as we get to launch. It's not like I can spend hours like iterating on a like Figma canvas or something. I'm like literally sitting beside an engineer and we're like looking at the code together and the output and being like, does this make sense?
How do you know it's autonomous at this point?
You don't.
You don't.
That's the challenge.
We could just default to autonomous if you choose basic, we can just like reload it.
So his design sort of handles that.
Yeah, but I almost want this to be bigger, and those are like two equal weight.
Right,
And
right.
they could click this to see,
but it's like equal. Like it will always be toggle on and off.
So look, autonomous is our product, right? That's what we're building.
Yeah.
So we should default to it
Yeah.
as much as possible.
Should be front and center.
Not just that. I'm saying even when you go into basic, you go through the front end iteration, and then when you're ready, you go into autonomous. It is not an option at every point. It is an option at certain points. But if you want to go finish your feature list, you should go into autonomous.
We can even render checkpoints, like go back in time through all the visuals that happened.
All the visuals? What do you
Yeah, like the any testing that happened, any like image gen, anything like that. It's kind of like the picture book version of like this.
Right.
And it's all here, like it's all like that. So I don't know.
Yeah, that'll make a huge difference.
Yeah, So I kind of want to treat the way we did the workspace simplification, kind of want to do something like that to the agent pane and just like do changes like this through like a flag over time, and then
Arguably, it's more important than workspace.
Way more.
That's like where people are spending all their time.
Yeah, and so much of the noise comes from this pane. 80% of this workspace is your preview, and then we optimize like the top and sidebar and all that stuff, and it looks good now. But the real bloat now is like, people talk to agent,
right?
Because it's such a chat UI.
It looks like chat.
Like this is not like that. Like there's no message bubbles from the agent. There's no like.
That's good.
Yeah, like even this can change, I think.
Yeah, make it into an email.
Yeah, I think at Replit, especially like AI and design kind of map to like a left brain, right brain situation where on the AI side, we have to move really fast because the entire field is moving fast and we can't lag behind. Otherwise, we will not be meeting the user expectations. At the same time, design has to move at a totally different speed. It's more principled. It takes time to do user interviews and understand what they get from the product and what they're completely misunderstanding. They need to come up with systems. They need to come up with a good understanding of user journeys. And I think the way we're making it work here is through the demos culture that we were talking about before, where I try to show the bare-bone capabilities of our agent as soon as possible. Even if it's rough on the edges and it barely works and is not reliable, I try to put it out there so that immediately designers can start to think, this feature might be hitting production 3 months from today. And it's time for us maybe to rethink some of the design guidelines that we have in mind. Designers are much more embedded with engineering right now. Again, that's one reason why I love to be together at the office. They literally sit next to each other. You see them talking together all the time. You see engineers giving feedback about the design and the other way around. So that culture, literally this left-right brain split kind of showcases at the office. There is a corridor in between and they're moving from one pod to the other and working together. And it's going to be more and more important for us to train that muscle correctly in the future. Because ultimately, users don't see the AI, they see the product. That's what they interact with, and that's what has to be delightful.
The pressure is pretty evenly distributed.
All that we're doing here should work. Blueprint should work. Sync mode should work. Async mode should work. If any of these things fail, the user will not have a good experience. So all three are important pillars.
I mean, before V1 launched, the day before, we still have a lot of bugs that we cannot explain, and I was bash my head to the wall in my hotel room 3 a.m. and I actually figured out. It was not the day before launch. I don't know how many days before.
No,
2-3 days before launch, whatever.
Then on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being I feel like trash, 10 feel I'm the best. What do you feel right now?
6. Sometimes it's 0. It's 0 most of the day, and 10 some of time, 6 in the middle now.
From 0 to 10, I'm thinking around 6.5.
Violently thrashing between 0 and 10.
Who do you think's having the most fun?
Oh, Brian.
Am I?
Yeah, you're always having the most fun.
Yeah. I'm actually probably at a 7 or an 8 right now. It's good night. Probably because of the tea, though. Yeah.
Right now, I'm very irritable and need sleep and need some rest. Because otherwise I wouldn't be I would respond to things probably more negative way. It's one of those periods where everything is at 80%. You're feeling okay about most things. You can't see things in action yet. So I can't test a lot of the things that people are demoing are from their local machines or environments. And so that makes you a little nervous because they might not. The moment software kind of touches reality, it breaks in all sorts of ways.
It's the last day of sprint week. Obviously, next week is like open beta, and the week after is the launch. We just got a demo of running the agent for 20-30 minutes on the initial run. That needs to be, 200 minutes. Yeah. But it needs to be 10x still. We haven't done that yet. It's just sheer execution. This is when you want to be super buttoned up. The things have to be written down and communicated very clearly. In many ways, I need to also get out of the way. Right now, it's just making sure that we're not straying off the path and making sure people are also quite disciplined. I'm traveling next week. By this weekend, I should have enough confidence, and if I don't, that's gonna be hard to kind of leave. But in a lot of ways, once the main issues are solved, leaders need to learn how to get out of the way and just like let the execution happen, and then
This is the last night of sprint week, but it's not really the last night before the launch. The pressure hasn't set in as much as it could, to be honest, as much as it will, right? Like, realistically, there's a decent chance that we don't hit the 200 mark, right? Like, there's a decent chance that's what happens. The longest run we've seen has been 50 minutes, but we're gonna have a bunch of information about why it didn't happen. We're gonna come up with a bunch of ideas. We're gonna spend a day or two implementing those ideas, and then we'll do the exercise again, and it'll run a little bit longer, but maybe we won't hit the 200. And then we do that again, and then we do that again, and we do that again. And there's a lot of late nights talking about ideas and hacking them and getting them working. And then hopefully we get to the point where we hit the 200. Maybe, hopefully not the night before, but potentially the night before. Who knows? But there's a term that's been thrown around a bit that you might have heard in this documentary, which is hill climbing, which is literally just, you have a metric with like a hill, and you're just trying to make that number go up. How far are you up the hill? Just get that number higher and higher and higher. And honestly, like, number of minutes to build something autonomously is like not actually a great hill to climb, because being slow to build something isn't actually valuable. It's just a proxy for what is the biggest thing that we can build without a user having to intervene and like get involved. And so that's the hill that we're going to try and climb. So hopefully when people actually watch this, the hill that they'll be able to climb, well, the idea that they're able to build will be a lot bigger than it is right now. That's the goal. That's what we're working on. If I can get it running now, hopefully it won't crash overnight.
You just been camped out for me for the last 20 minutes?
That's true.
Yep.
No, is there, what's happening now? This is just not gonna...
No. I close it.
This is,
okay.
Is it still running?
I have no idea.
It's been waiting for you.
I know. You know, I like to keep you waiting. They all timed out. Yeah. It did
This is rapid build. You're running on the wrong branch.
I'm running on the branch Zen sent me last night.
You turn on the flag for skip rapid build?
There you go. Okay. Yeah.
So that is cursed.
Try new ones. I know that's the point, but we have never seen this, like, for the time we've been testing it internally, this never happened. And now it's happening once a minute.
I need to look. That entire code path is deeply cursed. Rapid.
And that's
only
why they wanted to fix it.
No,
it's gonna take ages.
There's a correct way of doing it. That's how you do this.
I don't know that we can implement that in like.
It's not that fucking hard. It's check for a file on the disk.
Yeah.
What we need to do is get the workspace team to create a blank REPL that has the marker file on it,
or something in the .replit or whatever.
We have repo for, so there are two problems. One is export mode is rapid building. That we have repo, clearly. Another is it is getting kicked back to the manager, which we don't have repo, but I have a lot of trainers.
One is, guys, what the fuck did we ship with the non-front this time? Like, I thought the manure thing was there. Like, test was running there. No one runs fucking main.
We're going to be testing for the next.
I know. Yeah, but it's going to be fewer people, as you know.
Okay. And if I see anyone go home, then
Okay. Thank you.
Excellent job.
Before you run almost, looks like 14 hours to launch, how are you feeling?
Feeling like uncertain, but you know the concern is on the AI side because since you guys last been here, they literally rewrote the agent. They changed the entire architecture, the whole thing. We've been able to run it for 4.5 hours, and it built like really amazing software. But I've been trying to use it, and it's been very buggy. It's been very buggy. I just have a lot of faith in Michele. He looks optimistic. I think we have something super special. Going out in a broken state is a real concern. Yeah. But that's what happens. You go and travel, you come back, they rewrote the thing. And so, yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking. But I have faith in the team.
You know, it's like 3 days before launch, and wouldn't it be an amazing idea if we just like rewrote like a major piece of like core component? But yeah, we're kind of like committed to the bit now. We had a couple good runs where we were able to like, hey, go build this app, and the agent ran for like 3-4 hours and came out with something that was like really good. Like a lot of the functionality was flushed out, especially like with app testing. It was like building stuff out, verifying it, you know, and it was really like generally like happy with what we were able to achieve. But it's a lot different to have like a few good runs versus making it robust across the entire product surface. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do right now is make it robust. I thought we were not gonna ship with this, but they seem very committed. So I think it's actually no turning back now. I think we're in 2D. We gotta see it through.
Throughout the dinner meeting, I'm on my phone, like trying to make it work. Type in a prompt, it would work for a little bit, and it would just crash, and it wouldn't survive. And I kept posting these things, and people say, oh, I'm debugging, I'm looking into it. And I'm like, holy shit, like, are we gonna make it?
Whenever you're working on a project like this, there's a million different ways it can go and a million different decisions to be made. And when you hit that last 24 hours, like you can't mess around, like decisions have to get made.
From my perspective, 3 hours before launch, me and Ryan landed at the same idea, which is after Agent built the first version, like previously in Agent V1, we want Agent to make sure the things are working and present to the user. So user gets something that is working, not a broken app. But at that time, we don't have testing. So we were using like screenshot and logs to approximate the testing, and it works great. We were the only agents that doing some level of autonomous at that time. But now we have Peter's great testing, and like basically me and Ryan landed at the same idea, saying, hey, why don't we replace the screenshot testing with a real testing right after building things? And we test feature by feature, make sure everything is working,
and fixing all the bugs and implementing the missing part, and then hand it back to the user. That's real autonomy. So all these things to get put together in the last 24 hours, they have to, like, you're forced to get something out. Like, the chaotics happens here, but user get the best part of us.
How are you feeling? Good? All right.
We're better.
Let's fucking go?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right.
We're seeing
8 minutes to announcement.
23.
What's that?
Your beat is 8:15 a.m., right?
Okay, yeah.
Ah,
8 minutes to the
Bloomberg.
announcement, the Bloomberg announcement.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought
The
you had
trash
a-
is 15 minutes.
Yeah, everything counts.
Accelerate.
What's up? What's up?
P2 bug is bullshit.
Beba, you want to say something?
Oh, we're looking at
The connectors flag is A to B to C, right?
This is design.
There's A to B
And this is rapid build.
Oh no, it did. It was.
I
it was
probably hallucinated the rest. You
No,
can
it's
read
not.
like a
Here's
little
a summary of the Bloomberg article you shared, published today. Replit has raised $250 million in a new funding round, tripled the company's valuation, bringing it to around $3 billion. Round was led by Prison Capital with participation from American Express Ventures, Google's AI Futures Fund, and existing backers including Andreessen, Y Combinator, and Bloomberg Beta. There you go. Isn't that nice?
Here's the money
Strong
shot.
investor today.
The service called Agent 3 can test and fix code, decide when to check its work, and operate autonomously for more than 3 hours.
Yeah, true.
That's 3 hours.
Comma, according to the company.
What I call shower. It's like Amjad told me so.
Yeah, there are more
It's
coming.
picking up. It's picking up.
There are
It's
more-
picking up.
more
Okay.
testing.
All right.
Yay.
We're alive.
More testing.
More
Yeah.
testing.
More testing.
Let's go.
Feeling good. Press is picking up traction. Nothing's on fire. People seem excited. So, but still, you gotta keep pushing, keep talking to press, keep talking to the investors, people who can share it out. It just, things don't just happen on their own. So, first thing is, if nothing breaks, people like the product. That's a success. But what would make it really cool if things go viral? You pray to the gods of the algorithms to grace you. So we'll see. So a lot of the guys will start crashing. I think a lot of them just didn't get any sleep. So I was able to get a few hours of sleep. Feeling good, generally.
Replit just got a huge upgrade. It's called Agent 3.
Replit just launched Agent 3, and Replit Agent 3 is here, and I'm pumped. It's 10 times more autonomous and can now test your apps automatically.
This is pretty insane.
This is crazy. You can actually see it physically testing in a browser.
I think this is going to be like my go-to automation builder.
This is all autonomous. This is insane.
I think, Silicon Valley companies for a long time have been saying, we're changing the world, we're changing the world. A lot of it is bullshit. But I truly believe that we're changing the world, not just by the app, by the stuff that we're doing, but by continuously being on the frontier and pushing what's possible. You better believe it, like this video and everything that we're doing, you're gonna see AI researchers around Silicon Valley right now sitting in front of Replit, trying to inspect it, trying to figure out what it does and how it's possible to run for that long and be able to solve the kind of problems that we're able to solve. And what we've experienced, what Haya and I and Faris experienced is that, for kids like us back in Jordan, being able to fundamentally change our lives because we know how to make software and be able to come here and generate billions of values to the world, millions of values to our investors, our employees, and ourselves. And it's just an insane dream come true. The idea that, I can be in my basement writing software, putting it on GitHub, and that software going viral and opening up a world of opportunities for myself. Think about how many people in the world could have an opportunity like that. So this is where the mission of Replit comes from. It's not a billion is just a number. It's not about how many users we have. It's about the lives that we can change. So right now, anyone in the world with access to a computer and the internet can go to Replit and put in their idea and build the next million, $100 million, $1 billion startup. And then when the history books are written 100 years from now, where computers are merely programmable by merely just talking to them, and anyone with a great idea and a clarity of vision
can become rich, can unlock a lot of opportunities, there's going to be a chapter about Replit, our contribution to our mission, to that mission. And that will fundamentally change the world. So clap, really clap to everyone. It's an amazing moment. Thank you, everyone. The weirdest thing about kind of this moment in time is that in many ways I have less control. You built the ship, now you sail, right? And you have to trust in your crew that they're gonna do the right thing. And the worst thing I could have done this week is freak out. I almost accepted the fate in a way. We set this on track. Now I have to trust my team to bring it all the way to shore. I wanna deliver on my job, right? I'm part of the team. Yes, I'm the leader, but I have a job, and my job is to make sure that the press is gonna land, make sure that all the desperate parts are coming together, the videos, the brand, the marketing, make sure that people are talking to each other. And that's what I've been really focused on, is that they're delivering their part, I have to deliver my part. As a leader, and more of it as a part of the team that has a certain job, and I don't want to let the people around me down in the same way that they're not going to let me down. And I think that's the best way to lead, is to lead from the front.
We've got a really good team. Called our shot, I think, pretty well, and we landed in a pretty good spot. Something diamonds under pressure, like there's, yeah. That was all terrible. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I'll let Zen go.
You jumped into the lake before the launch. Did you jump into the ocean?
Yeah, there was a midnight swim at Huntington Beach. So we were meant to stay in a hotel last night, and then that just didn't happen. Probably go outside, touch some grass.
Go sleep, feed my cat, and wait for tomorrow. I'll see you maybe 2 days later.
Get up. All right. You're up. Get back to do some actual work. Get back
Got a luck. See, nobody plays in this company.
We need to sort of turn.
Yeah, that's